Praktisado na ni Katrina ang gagawin. Madalas niyang gamitin ang taktikang iyon upang makamit ang kanyang naisin. Kuya, I gotta talk to you for a minute. Mahinang bulong niya sa tenga ng panganay na kapatid. Pinagpaalam niya ito sa mga VIP guest na kausap nito, saka ito hinila palayo. It better be important, Katrina. Kung hindi mo nakikilala, si Governor Bundad yung kausap ko kanina nang abalahin mo ko. It's extremely important, kuya. She feigned an extremely concerned facial expression. Kunwari ay medyo maiiyak pa siya. It's about, Dad, nagusot ang mukha niya. Here's the little bitch again. Yamot na nais sa loob niya. She puffed smoke and looked away. Kailangan niyang ilabas ang pagka-imbyar na kahit paano. Or else her head would hurt. Talaga yatang bahagi ng sistema niyang pagkamataray. There you are, Dad. Bungad ni Rowan. I've been looking for you. What is it? Mukhang naiinis na ang kuya niya. Isa sa mga bagay na ayaw nito ay yung naaantala ang kung ano mga pinagkakaabalahan nito. I wanted to meet Lucille, Daddy. Nice to meet you po, sir. The pretty but obviously awkward girl with Rowan stammered. Diplomatikong tao naman ang kanyang kapatid. He managed to smile and say, Same here, Iha. You go to the same university with Rowan? No, sir. Pinsan po ako ni Dexter. Lihim na umangat ang isang kilay niya. But she kept silent. Dexter? Dad, is my boyfriend. Naninimbang na halatang kinakabahang saad ni Rowan ang magpaalam na si Lucille. Napaismid siya ng lihim. Tense pa ko, no? If I know their pamangkin, pareho lang ang likaw ng mga bituka natin. We're both predators. Naalala niyang isa pa niyang pamangkin. And poor little Charis is the prey. But it's time to turn the tables. Rowan, ikaw naman ang lumuha. Boyfriend, anang kapatid niya, eyebrows raised and lips in a tight line. You have a boyfriend? Yes, Daddy. Rowan stammered. And I'd like you to meet him. May sinenyasan ito sa gawing kanluran ng malawak na hardin. Lumapit si Dexter walking straight and looking brave. Her brother was synonyms to power. And the power little handsome guy, while as tall as her brother, looked so small when they faced each other. There was no doubt Dexter was as nervous as an orphan kitten in front of the range pit bull. Ilang sandaling katahimikan ang namagitan sa kanila bago yun binasag ng kanyang kapatid. Well, Rowan, it would be evil to ruin your night because this is yours and yours alone. We'll deal with this smack topic later. Parang dagang dinisbis nito si Dexter. Dad, protesta ni Rowan. I just wanted you to meet Dexter. Well, now I've met Dexter. Sarkastikong pahayag ng kuya niya. Masama ang tingin ipinukol nito sa binata. She knew her brother was hurt by the fact na ang unikaihan nito ay hindi niligawan sa tradisyonal na paraan. The only way his precious little princess deserved. And he is not a schmuck. Dagdag ni Rowan. Nagmamaktol na parang paslit. She was pouting and stamping her foot. Napangiti siya. Lumalabas ang pagka-childish ng kanyang magandang pamangkin. She cleared her throat. Dexter is like your ninth boyfriend, right, sweetie? He must be really special. Sa dinami-rami ng naging boyfriends mo ay siya lamang ang pinakilala mo sa daddy mo. Or is it only because you're now 18, as ina sa legal na edad na para magka-boyfriend? Naningkit ang mga mata ni Rowan, but she managed to keep her voice. Hindi na lamang ito sumagot. Samantalang ang pobreng Manileño nitong boyfriend ay tense na tense, daig pa ang pinarihitong itlog. He was stiffening. I'll talk to you later. Matigas na pahayag ng kuya niya kay Rowan. Akmang iiwan na sila nito nang tawagin niya. Katrina, I've had too much vitriol to last me for a week. Next week mo na lang ihinga sa akin na naman yung problema mo. But kuya, sige ito sa paghakbang, mabibigat ang bagsak ng mga paa sa lupa. He must be really mad. Great, she thought. Sasamantala niya habang nasa kanya pa ang momentum. Kuya, kamunting na tayong maging lolo't lola. Bigla itong huminto sa paghakbang. Parang pelikula sa VCD na biglang nag-pause. Pagkatapos ay dahan-dahan itong pumihit paharap sa kanya. What did you say, Katrina? Tanong nito sa mahina at kalkuladong tinig. Mistula itong madbul sa pagkakatingin sa kanya. I'm sorry, pamangkin. Ani niya sa isip as she looked Rowan's way. Pero hindi lang ikaw ang pamangkin ko. Planado ng lahat ng detalyeng sasabihin niya sa kapatid. All the lies she had hatched just to have things her way. I'm so sorry, Rowan, but your aunt happens to be weak. She loved. As a matter of fact, ang paniniwala niya sa personification siya ang kaguluhan. She was the mortal heirs, or the god most loyal minions perhaps. She was the princess of strife. She was second only to the god herself. Charis, sigaw niya. Mula sa pinagkukublihang mayabong na cryptostress ay lumitaw si Charis. Nagulat ang mga kaharap niya. Charis, little darling, tell them your story. Maang lamang itong nakatingin sa kanya. Sa mga mata nito nabasa niya ang indecision. Mukhang gusto pa nitong umurong sa napag-usapan na nila. Maybe because of her brother. Maybe because of the anger expression on Dexter and Rowan's face. Gigil na niya sa niya ito. But the poor girl just stood there, petrified. Well, since she was obviously lost her voice, let me be the storyteller. Binalingan niya si Dexter. You remember about the spring resort in Quezon Province, Mr. De Castro? Parang abogadong nag-interrogate niya rito. Tinakasan ng kulay ang mukha ng lalaki. She smiled in triumph. She was winning her case. You poor little niece of mine, Rowan. My darling anang isip niya as she looked as Rowan. He doesn't deserve you anyway. Huhututan ka lang ng impaktong yan. Gagatasan. Why? You're Rowan Hosenya. You silly little gremlin. Concerned lang ang tita Kat sa'yo. Those were the exact words she rehearsed kapag kinausap na niya ang pamangkin pagkatapos ng insidenteng iyon. Praktikasado na talaga niya ang lahat. You slept with Charis, or don't you remember? Patuloy niya sa pagtatanong kay Dexter. You were drunk of course, but just a little bit. At least not enough para makalimutan mo ang lahat ng nangyari that night. But I was... Pinigilan niya sa pangatwiran ni Dexter sa pamamagitan ng pagkumpas ng isa niyang kamay. No, let me finish. That was the same day you met Rowan. But then hindi mo pa alam na isa siyang heredera ng bilyones ni Augusto Hosenya. That's ridiculous, sabad ni Rowan. Obviously appalled in the idea. Anong akala ng isang to sa boyfriend niya, si San Lorenzo Ruiz? Gusto niyang umismid. But since he was winning, she managed to still the smirk and maintain her composure. Kahit walang kabutihan para sa kanya naman ang mangyari. She loved to be the sower of the discord. She loved to fuse on everyone, the controversy of it all. Maybe she was in the devil. She just grinned at the idea. Maybe it was vengeance taking place sa lahat ng attention at affection na ninakaw ni Rowan sa kanya mula nang isilang nito noong 14 na taong gulang pa lamang siya. Her niece took her stardom away and now it was payback time. Napangiti siya sa ideyang iyon. Sa ganong paraan man lang ay makaganti siya sa istarira niyang karibal sa atensyon ng Hosenya clan. May relasyon kayo ni Charis nang makilala mo si Rowan, diba? Patuloy niya sa pag-isa kay Dexter. Casual to it may be, pero inabot ini ng matagal-tagal and then the chance came para maging close kayo ni Rowan. When was that again? Hindi ba noong nangangailangan ng designer ang grupo niya sa Ateneo para sa label ng produkto nila para sa kanilang business week? Hindi umimik si Dexter. Ang kapatid naman niya ay timbagan na nag-oobserba sa nangyari. Blanco ang ekspresyon ng mukha nito. Ngunit sigurado siya that he was boiling within. Isa yun sa napakaraming talento ng kapatid niya. He was able to maintain a calm facade kahit nagre-revolusyon ang buong sistema nito. Nabanggit ni Charis that you could draw. So Rowan came right over to you. That was the start. Sinamantala mo ang kaibigan ng pamangkin ko at iniwan mo ang isa mo pang pamangkin, the weak one. She didn't even have the guts to tell you that you almost became a father. Everyone gasped, including her father. Good Katrina. Good job. She went at her full confidence. I know everything because I was there all the way. I never let my poorness one blink during her travels. She was 6 months on the way when she labored prematurely. She gave birth to a stillborn child. It was a baby boy. No one moved. Everyone was shocked, except Charis na dagling nagyuko ng ulo. Sir, let me explain. Apila ni Dexter sa kanyang kapatid. Pagkatapos ay binalingan nito ang kasintahan. Rowan, don't believe her, please. Umiiyak nang magsalita si Rowan. I don't know what to believe anymore, Dexter. Kung totoo, ang lahat ng narinig ko, dapat mo ngang panagutan si Charis. But her brother obviously had other thing in mind. Agad itong nagtawag ng security guard sa pinabugbog si Dexter. Rowan's night was ruined. It was her first love, and she won. Dexter had to marry Charis for honor's sake at dahil na rin sa takot sa kapangyarihan ng kanyang kapatid. Soon after that, Rowan was sent to the United States upang daw ipagpatuloy ang pag-aaral. She knew her brother was hoping that her niece would heal sooner kung hindi nito makikita ang dating kasintahan. A year later, Charis gave birth to a healthy baby girl, and soon after that, all the lies had been forgiven, though not forgotten. 12 years later, abala sa pagre-repaso ng huling financial report ng kumpanya si Rowan, kailangang pulido ang pagkakapresinta niya niyon bago niya yun sumiti kinabukasan. A week after tomorrow, lilipad siya pabalik sa Pilipinas. Ilang minuto pagkaraan, inalis niya ang suot na salamin sa mga mata. Pagod na ang mata niya, pati likod niya ay tila namamanhid na. Nag-inat siya at naghikab ng malakas. What the heck? Nag-iisa naman siya sa kanyang Manhattan apartment. She could do whatever she wanted. Habang hinihilot ang sintido ay hindi nila maiwasang magmuni-muni. She was celebrating her 30th birthday in 2 weeks' time. Ang kanyang ama ay 81 anyos na. Sa awa ng Diyos ay malakas pa. Madalas nga nitong sabihin kalabaw lamang tumatanda. At mukhang tama nga ito. As he was when she left the Villa Josenia 12 years ago. Nakukuha pa nga nitong mag-travel upang dalawin siya sa New York. Palibhasa masyado siyang abala sa trabaho. Her job as a finance executive took so much of her time. She had built a marvelous career in the American corporate world. Sa edad na 29, pambihirang achievement ang naging finance executive sa isang dambuhalang kumpanya, katulad ng Rick's Technology Maker ng isang kilalang brand ng computers at iba pang high-tech gadgets. Ilang beses na siyang na-feature sa mga business magazines kabilang ng Forbes. Sa Pilipinas, ilang ulit na rin siyang na-feature sa mga people-oriented shows at iba pang programang may kinalaman sa corporate world. Itinuturing siyang role model ng makabagong Pilipina. Sa Bryn Mawr, siya kumuha at nagtapos ng kursong economics. Sa Columbia naman siya kumuha ng MBA. Plano pa sana niyang mag-doctorate in either business management or managerial economics kung tatanggapin siya ng Harvard School of Business. Pero nagkaroon ng pagbabago sa plano niya nang makatanggap ng tawag mula sa kanyang ama. He was almost begging her to come home. He said he wanted grandchildren, lots of them. Pinagtaunan lamang niya ito. Dad, you're just getting old. Nothing is wrong with me or my being single and successful. Precisely, my daughter. I am getting old and old men don't want to die alone. Nabagabag siya sa tinura nito. For Jesus' sake, Daddy, don't talk like that. You're not going to die alone. Para saan pa at may anak ka? Sabi ko nga sa'yo, sumunod ka na lang sa akin dito sa New York. Nabubore ka lang dyan sa tangob. I'm sure paano ba namang hindi. All your life you've been tilling the soil, making sugar and building resorts. You've never tried just fooling around. Dad, I know a place where we could do just that. Fool around and be married. It's called Las Vegas. Magkasino tayo. Shut up, lady. Alam mong wala sa bokabularyo ko ang salitang suwal. Ang pinakamabuti mong gawin is to come home and meet some friends. If you're lucky, my old friends, kang binata pa rin at not again. You're turning 30. So what? Life begins at 40. I'm 81, going 101. When are you going to settle down? When are you going to let me hear children's laughter and giggles in the villa? Mula nang mamatay si Charis, bihira nang mapunta rito ang mga bata. I think the first summer vacation after her death, nakapagbakasyon naman dito si Charmaine. But the twins, I haven't seen them in ages. Mukhang may kung ano yung na humaplos sa kanyang puso pagkarinig sa pangalan ng yumaong pinsan. It had been 3 years since she died of brain cancer. Hindi siya nakapunta kahit man lang sa libing nito. She was too busy then. Kapopromote pa lamang sa kanya noon bilang finance executive. Nangris at ayaw niyang makitaan ng butas upang masira ang kanyang malinis na record. Pero alam niyang ibang akala ng lahat. Buo sa isip ng mga ito na hanggang ng mga sandaling iyon ay kimkim pa rin niyang sama ng loob at galit sa kanyang pinsan. But of course everyone was wrong, including her father. Wala na ang galit at hinyansak sa kanyang dibdib, ngunit gaya ng madalas niyang marinig sa pali-paligid, ang pagpapatawad ay nagagawa, ngunit hindi ang paglimot. She had forgiven but she had never forgotten. Hindi pa niya alam kung paano siya magre-react sa muli nilang pagkikita ng dating kasintahan. But then why should it be such a big deal? It had been 12 years, for crying out loud. Please come home, Iha. Quick, the clock is ticking and only God live forever. Naalala pa niyang sinabi ng kanyang ama. Hindi naman siya natagalan sa pagpapasya. Maybe it was time for her to come home. Uuwi siya sa Pilipinas upang makapiling ang kanyang pinakamamahal na ama. Dahil gaya nga ng sinabi nito, only God live forever. And her father was a more mortal, just like her and everyone else around her. Binalikan niya ang financial report at muling pinasadahan ng basa ang mga iyon. Those would be the last she would ever have to make as the youngest Asian financial executive Briggs had ever employed. And she felt great. Nakangiti siya habang iniipit sa folder ng mga printouts na ginawa.